What's going on, YouTube tribe? Welcome back to the channel, and today we have some brand new decks, and the title of the track is "To Be a Man" in quotation marks, and we do have a music video for this. Super dope. Listen, Dax has been extremely busy recently. He's been releasing track after track. I do believe he's going on tour, or he's currently on tour. Super dope to see, and I'm excited particularly because we have been covering Dax on the channel sporadically for the past couple of months. I still have a lot to get to, and so for him to come out with something brand new is just a gift for us, a gift for me, gift for the channel, and I'm just excited to get to it. But listen, if you're new to the channel, consider joining the tribe by hitting that subscribe button, drop a like and a comment down below. Helps the channel grow. We also have a bunch of links in the description, like Discord, Twitch, TikTok, Twitter, and if you want to support at a different level, we also do have our Patreon. It's about $3 to subscribe to that. You get exclusive content and you get to submit some requests there, requests that will get guaranteed reactions to. With all that being said, let's get to this reaction. Dax is always cinematic with it.
I can't hide myself. I don't expect you to understand.
Okay, before we continue, so I'm going to give my predictions. I've been doing this recently on the reactions. If I could guess, To Be a Man is basically going to be talking about the difficulties, the daily difficulties of being a man. Things like being a father, things like going to work when you don't want to, things like having to be there for your family but not getting all of the recognition that you believe you deserve. Things along those lines, if I had to guess. But with all that being said, I do also want to mention that he's extremely cinematic and theatrical with his music videos. Almost seems like a Netflix special or Netflix series that Dax has going on because the picture looks amazing. But anyways, let's back it up and let's continue.
I can't hide myself. I don't expect you to understand. I just hope I can explain what it's like to be a man. It's a lonely road, and they don't care about what you know. It's not about how you feel, but what you provide inside that home.
So like right now that we're living in this social media presence of men should express their feelings, I think like a lot of men understand deep down inside that it really is at the end of the day not about how you feel but about what you provide. And yes, I know times are changing, and the United States, for those of you that are watching the United States, is moving more towards like an egalitarian where women is almost providing just as much as men. It's just very competitive for men. I don't think that women or children would ever understand until they get to that point. It's just like there's a lot of stuff that you have to deal with that you just kind of have to put to the side because nobody really cares about your feelings when you're a male in the workforce. But you can see here how he's just kind of hiding everything that just happened throughout his day to kind of like put on this face for his child, right, and for his family. But let's continue.
What you know, it's not about how you feel, but what you provide inside that home. Yeah, I know this life can really beat you down. You wanna scream, but you won't make a sound. Got so much weight that you've been holding, but won't show any emotion. As a man that goes unspoken, that we can't cry when life gets hard. Unconditional loves for women, children, and dogs.
Yes!
I know that we just have to play our parts, and don't nobody give a damn about our broken hearts, yeah.
I'm about to cue in, I believe it's Chris Rock, his bit on this. Check it out, guys.
The world's cold as a motherfucker, okay? You get older, one thing I learned, only women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. Women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. A man is only loved under the condition that he provides something.
That is literally what came into my mind when I paused the video the first time. I was going to mention it, but I just kind of wanted the video to play out a little bit. But when he mentioned wives, children, and dogs, I'm pretty sure that's what he's insinuating. And it's very true, right? Like, well, in my opinion, it's very true. Y'all can leave it down in the comments how men, it doesn't really matter what you do, or it doesn't really matter how you feel. It's more about what you do, right? What do you have to offer the world? And if you don't have much to offer, you're kind of just discarded. At least that's how we feel as men. Shout out to all the men that are watching the channel, man. Y'all know how it feels, right? And all the women that hold it down, we appreciate you. Like, we really do, right? Like shout out to my wife that she understands, you know, what I do every single day and the grind, right? So shout out to our women too, but let's continue.
Women, children, and dogs. The emotion as a man that goes unspoken, that we can't cry when life gets hard. Unconditional loves for women, children, and dogs. We know that we just have to play our parts, and don't nobody give a damn about our broken hearts, yeah. As a man, we gotta pave our way. Our only function is to work and slave. There's no respect for you if you ain't paid. You're disregarded as a human and you can't complain. And if you ever make it up and actually reach that place and find a woman that you love and give her your last name, you'll feel the things that you provide is only why she stays. And when you try to explain, you'll say, I can't hide myself.
Wow, right? It's kind of like you can't really stop what you're doing, because at the end of the day, you do feel like the only reason why you have this girl is because what you can provide. And the moment you stop providing, she will go along with it. And let me tell you something. That's just the hard truth. And people can say that it's unfair, what it's not. At the end of the day, that is why we innovate the way we innovate, right? Like, men are driven by, not even just men, this whole country, I would just say the whole humanity is driven by men trying to attain women and trying to attain family, right? We always try to innovate to get the upper hand, and call it what you want. I just feel kind of like we did it to ourselves at the end of the day, but it is something that does need to be discussed. Man, that's tough.
I don't provide is only why she stays. And when you try to explain, you'll say, I can't hide myself. I don't expect you to understand. I just hope I can explain what it's like to be a man. It's a lonely road.
This is hitting, guys.
And they don't care about what you know. It's not about how you feel, but what you provide inside that home. Don't give up, keep fighting. As a man, our sun is our horizon, and our father's actions play a role, and we end up like them. So they can't let us see them hurt, cause we'll embody what they do and start a generational curse. No wonder most men are so depressed, all the things that they can't express. They go to war, get thrown on the shelf, then go back to war with their mental health. Then grab that bottle and ask for help, try to pull themselves out of hell, then fall back down and then realize that they're gonna have to do it themselves. It's the circle of life. As a man, you provide. They don't know what you're worth till the day that you die. And that's when they start crying. Then move on to a man to confide in. That's why we feel we can't hide ourselves.
Oh, that is so tough, man. That is so true. I actually had this conversation on one of the podcasts that I have about how usually fathers aren't appreciated till later on in the children's life. Usually children gravitate towards their mothers because they love them unconditionally, as opposed to a father where it's a lot of conditional love, where you do something good, you're praised for it. If you do something bad, you're more disciplined for it. And having that role, like as a dad, you're just trying to do things the correct way. But it's crazy to see that as the children start to grow up in this world, they end up seeing like, damn, that is actually right. And that's when they start to learn to appreciate dad, right? Well, kind of when it's too late, right? Like that could be when the dad's on the deathbed and stuff like that. But he's saying it's a cycle, right? You work to provide, and they don't appreciate you until you're gone. Some real stuff on this track.
We don't expect you. Then move on to a man to confide in. That's why we feel we can't hide ourselves. We don't expect you to understand. We just hope we can explain what it's like to be your man. It's a lonely road, and you don't care about what we know. It's not about how we feel, but what we provide inside that home. Inside that home. It's not about how we feel, but what we provide inside that home.
Wow.
Inside that home.
There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Dax, another powerful message, extremely cinematic with the music video. I love that track. I feel like it hit a little bit too close to home, if I'm being honest. There's been plenty of times where me personally, I have felt like I'm dragging myself to work. I don't want to be there, right? I don't, but you just can't call off. Like, you have a family to provide for. Like, you have things as a man, as a father, as a husband that you need to do, because it's now your responsibility. The weight is on your shoulders. And this is no knock to women, but women will never understand that role as a man. And like, it goes both ways. Men will never understand the roles of a woman either. So there's just different trials, different tribulations that we would just never understand about each other. But this is definitely one where men typically feel lonely and in this rut of, I'm only appreciated by what I can provide. Man, kudos to Dax, man. Shout out to all the men, hardworking men out there that know exactly what he's talking about in this track. Man, shout out to Dax. With all that being said, if you got something from the video, consider joining the tribe. It's awesome over here. The Discord's always popping. If you love music, consider joining the Discord. Like, everybody's talking about brand new music there. We're anticipating new videos. And then Twitch is just a different experience. So you're going to like that as well. So with all that being said, catch you on the next reaction. Peace.